Coming up on Mountain News this morning, domestic violence is a problem around the world, but one group is trying to prevent and support local victims. And we'll take a look at the upcoming Comic-Con being held right here in the Commonwealth.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 a.m. on Friday, March 8th. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. A lot of clouds across the region as we look outside our studios. Mid-40s as we get you out the door, and we'll look ahead and spring ahead through the weekend. Yeah, daylight saving time officially begins 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, and that's when we start to get into the better part of yet another 50-50 weekend. And things will be dry as temps moderate from a cool day on Sunday most of next week. Temps right now, mid-upper 40s, some lower 50s minus. Those of you out toward Clintwood at 41. In the pinpoint Doppler radar, the sensitivity, clear air mode, so it's picking up on anything. And we have to look west of 75. More towards 65 to pick up on shower action, as a lot of this is still not hitting the ground. Lexington down toward Monticello, but again, that's the leading edge of some moisture that will end up being our scattered shower threat, gradually moving from west to east as we head through your Friday. And forecast highs today, late in the day, we'll get into the mid-60s. All right, we spring ahead and get into a beautiful week next week. Your first alert 7-day forecast is coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
Tim, thank you. The Pike County Health Department is working with partners on a coalition for change. The department and other agencies and advocates are spreading hope for survivors and victims of domestic violence by sharing resources and being available. The Pike County Coalition for Domestic Violence met earlier this week on a mission to decide how to best serve those in need in the area. A program that took root after the 2022 Allen police ambush.
There was much interest in forming a domestic violence coalition. We feel as a group that there is a lot of good that we can do that will reduce domestic violence harm in our community.
You can find out more about this on our website. The House State Government Committee in Frankfort has given the green light to an amended version of House Bill 509. The revised bill mandates the use of agency-designated emails for official business by individuals and public agencies, prohibiting the use of private emails. Agencies in compliance will only need to produce electronic information by agency-owned devices or designated email accounts. The proposed legislation aims to streamline open record searches while excluding personal devices, a point of contention that prompted the removal of certain sections from the original bill.
And I think we've got to have an environment where people can have a discussion, ask a question, say, hey, what time is the committee meeting, without everything being laid bare and subject to a search.
The committee passed the bill 12-4. It now heads to the full House for a vote. Students in Knox County are getting the opportunity to both learn a new skill and be an asset to their community. WYMT's Madison Carmouche has more about a new program being offered at Barberville Independent Schools next fall.
Barberville Independent Schools is using grant funding from the Full Service Community Schools Initiative to improve the resources and curriculum available to students.
Students come away from this program with a drone certification. They're going to be equipped to become 21st century entrepreneurs in their own communities. So it's a skill set that can be put to work immediately in the local community to build the local economy.
The new drone pilot pathway is one of several that Barberville uses to create opportunity for students and businesses in the region.
It would empower our students who go through this program to, to have the confidence and to have certainly the credibility to approach an employer who has a job opening related to the drone skill set and say, hey, look, I'm here.
SkyOp LLC offers the drone pilot curriculum, and Barberville Independent is the first school in the Commonwealth it is partnering with.
Drone technology is really a transformative technology. It changes the way all businesses are done. The efficiency of how drones work. They're these sophisticated flying computers.
Students like Samuel Martin say that he is glad he is able to get a chance at drone piloting right at his high school.
Well, my generation is kind of good at like technology and stuff like that, so I thought it'd be a good idea to do it because it can like help me in my future get like a future job and stuff like that.
The grant funding is spread over 5 years, with the main stipulation being creating connections within the community for students. In Barberville, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
When students complete the program, they will be certified drone pilots and have skills to market themselves. The Lexington Comic and Toy Convention is underway. Pop culture will take over downtown this weekend as those with the convention expect tens of thousands of people to attend. Grayson Passmore gives us a look at the first night of the convention and tells us why some business owners wait all year for an event this size.
Lexington Comic Con.
This is like coming home to family.
The yearly event where 30,000 lovers of comics, wrestling, cartoons, and cult TV shows celebrate in any fashion they can think of.
Seeing people come and get to be who they want to be for a weekend.
Whether it's a Green Goblin who turned his love for Dungeons and Dragons into a successful shop.
So I made these as gifts for my players, and people loved them so much we turned it into our own little small business. So I am the Wired Dice Goblin. You can see the resemblance.
Or a husband and wife duo who turned her love of fantasy into a booming 16-book series.
I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur and to own my own business, and I wanted to create things, and so I just spent a couple years researching publishing.
Lexington locals Lydia, a USA Today best-selling author, and David Scherer, a game designer, have been coming to this Comic-Con for the past 8 years. An event of this size is where they do some of their best business.
So I made Cat Magic the game. 2 days ago was the 2-year anniversary of it going up on Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we sold a whole bunch of them on Kickstarter, and I've been selling them ever since.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people, so you tend to make a good bit, but it's also like you get to hear all these different stories from people who like to play RPG games and stuff, and they tell you their stories, you tell them yours, and like that's the real fun part.
Fun for the young and the young at heart. In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Comic-Con in Lexington runs all weekend long. There are day passes still for sale, but we are told Saturday will most likely sell out very soon. Shenanigans Restaurant in Hazard is officially open in its new location on Main Street. The locally owned soup, salad, and sandwich shop first opened in 2019. Owner Michelle Combs says they focus on not only creating delicious meals, but also supporting local farmers. And overall, Combs says she is excited to be back open again and bring back their Pay It Forward program.
Almost everyone that we have served through our Pay It Forward program has at some point come back to pay it forward for someone else, no matter what position they're in. So that, to me, that means a lot. That's a lot about what we're doing here. It's community.
Combs is also inviting local artists to display or sell local artwork in the storefront. Shenanigans is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Mild start to the day. Temps in the mid-40s right now in Breathitt, as well as Perry counties. So we make our way out to the west. It's near 50. Pikeville at 47 now, but cooler at Clipwood and Grundy. Logan, though, crossing the state line into West Virginia at 55. All right, the pinpoint Doppler radar, obviously in the clear air mode. So we're going to skip it for right now, because on the composite, I think it gives you a better illustration on how the shower threat is evolving west of I-75. And there's more moisture as you make your way back toward Nashville and the rest of western Tennessee that'll be swinging through as we head through the next 12 hours. Now, as you check out the next 12 hours, you see the shower threat as it gradually ends up moving from west to east, which means it's not a washout today, and highs end up topping out in the mid-60s. Different in terms of how the pattern evolves for tomorrow, leaning toward a washout. But how about the second half of the weekend as we spring ahead? Your first alert 7-day forecast is coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
Thank you, Tim, and thanks for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Still to come, NATO welcomed a new member yesterday, marking the end of neutrality for Sweden since World War II.